What is this? Steven Crowder.
Let's get away from the idea of a stolen election, because of course you can't discuss that. Of course you can't say that intelligence agencies, mainstream media, and those at big tech colluded to try and alter the election. You can't say that. You can't say that the Hunter Biden story would have actually altered the outcome of the election, except for the fact that Biden voters themselves said that it absolutely would. You can't argue, right? We can't argue that for some reason out there there are groomers. You're not allowed to talk about that because it's a term that's no longer allowed. Also, the term woman is no longer allowed. The term patriot is no longer allowed. But
these are not real things. Like that, there's never been a thing. He's just, oh God. I wish we could like give Republicans some problems so that they could like actually focus on real world issues rather than like made up. It's just they're so comfy and cushy in their little space that they have to like make up stuff all the time. It's got to be hard after a while. Dude, you're tripping. Republicans have real problems. This is just what they want to bitch about. No, man. No. What real problems for someone like Steven Crowder? They're literally making up shit. There's no like directional anti-Republican problem that like legitimately and routinely impacts the lives of Republicans. Unless their problem is that they can't say the N-word without scrutiny. Like that's a made up issue.
Donald Trump was removed. The Hunter Biden laptop story was removed. People who criticized Twitter's policy regarding child pornography were removed. People who were conservative were removed. I'm not talking about a stolen election because I would never say that. Look, hey, you're now experiencing a stealing of your country. Let me put a fine point on it. Do you believe the United States is a country where those in power support sex with children? If not, there are enough people, not all of them.
Yeah, they're just like, it's weird that Republicans have decided like everyone's a pedophile except the Republicans. Like that's crazy. They're like, if you're gay or if you like support gay people existing in society, you're a pedophile is not the successful communication strategy they think this is. You are becoming increasingly more unhinged and turning into the fucking guy at the subway station. You don't want to be that guy. That guy's sweaty. That guy's gross. That guy is like, unfortunately, deeply mentally ill. That guy needs mental health treatment, okay? That guy needs health care. And I think that it's wild that they've decided, like, it's wild that they've basically fucking decided, like, no, we're gonna lean into that guy. Like, we're gonna lean into being that guy super hard. I'm that guy for 2024, you know? It's crazy.
Of course not, but there are enough people in positions of authority who think that that should be a part of the fabric of our country. Let's not talk about an election. You are having your country stolen from you. And to be clear, not talking about open borders, though I have a problem with that. I'm not talking about people coming on work visas. I am talking about people in positions of power who have decided that values that we have held since the beginning of the founding of this country, and by the way, all of Western civilization.
Like half the founding fathers fuck children, by the way, like 14-year-olds and shit. So don't know what kind of, and also own slaves. So this notion that like, you know, this nation's inception is like, also he's Canadian. Like what the fuck do you mean? Our founding fathers, like shut up, bitch. You literally are just Canadian. Like since when are you here and talking about who's this we shit? Like, are you speaking French? Do you think this is French Canada? You dumb motherfucker saying we, baguette. He is from French Canada too.
I'm at a point now. I'm almost like a single issue voter on this. It's not the only issue, but it's the litmus test. It's a perfect.
Oh God. What a freak.
I don't want to vote for anyone. We get into 2024. I'm not going to vote for you unless you promise me that sort of scene, that you're going to be sending federal agents into there.
Oh, the baby's gone. Bro, he heard us. He heard us making fun of him for having that fucking dumbass baby Matt Walsh behind him. You know his ass heard it, dude. It's gone. Oh, God, that's weird. What is he doing with the baby? Now that we can't see the creepy baby behind him, one must only assume what is the most likely thing that happened, which is he took the baby home to do weird shit with it.
To arrest every adult in attendance. Every adult in attendance and every adult
what?
in state.
He said he wants cops to go to drag brunch and what? He said he wants to go and have cops go to fucking drag brunch and arrest every adult in attendance.
Okay. I want law enforcement agents running up onto that stage, tackling that piece of garbage, that scum, dragging him off the stage by his feet while he's in handcuffs. That's what I want. I'll vote for any presidential candidate who promises that.
Wow, that's pretty cool, man. It's pretty clear cut. He's saying it, you know? What more do you want? What more do you want to hear from the man? He's just like, dude, if you're going to do like fascism to trans people, I'm fucking going to vote for you. That's crazy.
What you need to understand here is that we are dealing with pure evil. This is pure.
I mean, we are dealing with pure evil, but it's him. At least Ben Shapiro is sexy. This motherfucker ugly as hell. You need to literally, oh my God, you need to be institutionalized, bro, for takes like that. Holy fuck, dude. Jesus Christ, Weeby.
The
Fuck.
people who are doing this are evil. The people that are attending it and the people who support it. Every single. I know people you don't want to think this way about your fellow Americans, especially if you go online and you see the number of just seemingly normal Americans who will defend this. And you think, I can't believe that there are so many evil people in this country. There are, and they are evil people who we should not want to compromise with, not want to reach an understanding. I don't want to be nice and polite with you. And I'm not going to say, well, we disagree on these issues, but we can still be nice to each other. I don't want to be nice to you. I don't want to be around you.
Bro, it's just such a weird, like, I mean, he's saying the quiet part out loud, but he's like too loud. You know what I mean? Why are you so loud about this? It's weird, dog. Brother, this is weird. It's gotta be. People have to fucking think this is weird, right? Please tell me. Like, there's no way. His audience has got to be like diminishing. It has to be getting smaller. It has to, like, there's no way. This guy's literally just saying, like, I want cops to go and fucking kill trans people at their, you know, at their clubs. I want cops to just beat the shit, like brutalize trans people. I just don't know. I don't know what audience is out there for that. Like, I know people are transphobic, obviously, but the overwhelming majority of people are just like, the kind of transphobia that they demonstrate is more like, I don't really understand it, and they seem weird and gross. This is like way beyond that. And like, you all know what I'm talking about, right? Like, the average person that is like transphobic is just like, I don't understand it. I don't care about it. I just don't, I think it's like odd. I don't like it. That's what the average transphobe is. And that's because most of them haven't thought about it. Most of them only get like propagandized into feeling a type of way about trans people from gross losers, not like Matt Walsh, but like gross losers like Ben Shapiro, people with like a broader appeal, I guess. And then the level of like drag isn't trans though, right? Man, I'm talking about Normans, dude. The fuck do you mean drag isn't trans though, right? I'm talking about Normans. You think they know the distinction? Why do you think we talk about drag race and drag queens and shit all the fucking time? It's literally just another vehicle for them to vilify trans people. Just all queer people, okay? That's what it is. It's under the umbrella of queerness. And it's just like one of the more visible aspects of it, okay? My uncle has said so many times, why would a man want to be a woman? Like, they don't fucking get it. Yes. But there are varying degrees of transphobia. And for all the trans chatters in here, like, most people aren't like this, okay? I don't think. How is not caring transphobia? What? No, most people are just transphobic in the sense that, like, if push comes to shove and you ask them a question, they're like, oh, I don't get it. It's weird and gross, okay? That's what I'm saying. That is still transphobic. To be like, trans people are weird, saying trans people are weird and gross is transphobic, okay? Like, that is like the most normalized position, okay? A lot of those people are guided by rigid gender norms that are profoundly important for everyone's development. That's what the social conditioning around gender is up until this very moment. And that's why that's their reaction to the existence of trans people.
I want nothing to do with you. I don't want to share a country with you. I don't want to share a planet with you. That's how much I despise everything you represent. So with this is not compromise, okay? All we can do with this is crush it. That's what you do with evil. And that's what we have to do with this.
Holy fuck, dude. Anyway, I don't want to. I mean, they are anti-science. Are you really fucking surprised? I am surprised. Because, like, when Andrew Tate comes out and says, like, reading is for pussies. Like, it's someone else's experiences that you're reading and learning from. Learning is for pussies. Everything should be experienced. I'm like, damn, that's like literally just anti-being a human. When dumbass transphobes are like describing a medical procedure that they don't understand, that they're like not even they're not even describing it adequately, and they fucking do this. I'm like, dog, you just said you're anti-medicine. Like, you didn't say anything else. You just said you're anti-medicine, and I don't know how to respond to that. Is this not teetering on hate speech or incitement? It just sounds that way. No, it is hate speech. It is absolutely fucking hate speech. That's it. That's what this is. The woke left wants to take away your Chevy commercials and gas fumes.
But they see another battlefront to expose: your car. The left wants to move America from this.
Here's a couple of things America got right: cars and freedom.
Pride, good friends, and simple, honest value.
I think one of the funniest things is like looking at like commercial ad writers, you know, copywriters, and saying like the guys in the 80s that made these commercials were actually not woke. It's like, no, man, they were the gayest guys for the 80s. Like it was still the gay guys writing the commercials, brother. It was the libs for their time. But because now you are a conservative in like 2022, you're looking back at like the gay guys that wrote the commercials in the fucking 80s and going, oh man, it's just like it was so good back then. Like who do you think the ad agencies were actually run by Don Draper? And by the way, also Don Draper, again, gay guy in comparison to the fucking hard hat wearing guy. Like literally, this is why it's so funny whenever motherfuckers that are on Twitter are like LARPing as like white working class whisperers or whatever. Bro, you wear a cardigan, okay? You wear a cardigan, people are gonna think you're gay in the places that you're talking about. Half of the motherfuckers that live in Brooklyn that claim to understand the real American working class would literally get hate crimed in middle America. Like, what are you talking about, dude?
These are the things we know we can depend on.
And move us on to this.
There we are.
That's it.
And there's no sound or fume.
There is nothing.
So how do I know it's actually working?
It is.
If you think electric buses are cool, there's electric trucks, there's electric cars, everything is going electric.
Why are they like, oh God, they're like cavemen, dude. They're like mad at new tech.
It's so embarrassing.
So embarrassing, I know. Oh man, I can't believe there's electric buses now. Holy fuck. They're trying to make the world gay. Can't believe they won't let me burn coal to drive my car. That's what I want to do. They're making the cars electric, in parentheses, gay. You can't roll coal on an electric vehicle, brother. Anyway, the embarrassment is that these electric things run on coal and non-green power. I mean, there's that too. There's that funny moment. Also, Marjorie Taylor Greene is working really hard, okay? Walmart, many of your customers in my district are reaching out to me about sex toys being sold in your Dalton store. They're extremely upset and absolutely horrified. The sex toys are being sold openly right next to children's toothbrushes. This is grooming. First of all, how about they sell guns at fucking Walmart? Like, I feel like that's infinitely more dangerous. Like, it's Walmart. They sell everything. Marjorie Taylor Greene says the CIA killed JFK, but they can't kill Trump because the movement is too big. They killed Kennedy to stop him, but they didn't kill Trump. The movement is too big, so they have to kill it with lies, or so they think they can, but we all know they can't. Anyway, that was a good Marjorie Taylor Greene moment. It can be hard to wrap your head around how deranged Tucker Carlson can be, but I gave him my best shot. Here's a taste of the alternative reality Tucker Carlson created for his viewers in 2022. Shouts out to Kat for doing the Lord's work here. Let's take a look at what Tucker Carlson has said this fucking year so far.
All these nations preparing for World War Trans, they would like to see World War Trans. Men will not be able to have children in, say, another 50 years. If it steals your sex drive, maybe it's stealing your soul. No one really believes in global warming. Misinformation can be true. Any American who disapproves of Joe Biden's performance is a terrorist. You're a terrorist. You're a stochastic terrorist. You are guilty of stochastic terrorism. What a terrorist. You're a dangerous racist. You're a racist. You're a racist. You're a racist if you notice, because you're a racist. This is a jihad, and they're coming for you. There is a strong political component to the Democratic Party's immigration policy. We're not guessing this. It's their electoral strategy. These are not the people you would import if you cared about your country. Graffiti artists, armed robbers, and subway rapists. They will change the electorate. Race war. That's what the collapse of civilization looks like. Oh, you're trafficking in misinformation. You're a conspiracy nut. You're a racist. Yeah, okay. Got that, you degraded freaks?
I'm surprised exploding milk porn didn't make its way. I mean, that was like, Tucker Carlson says a lot of unhinged shit, but like one thing that actually fucking broke me completely was when he did the exploding milk porn thing, you know? That was like a bridge too far for me, honestly. I really thought that was like, I mean, it can't get worse than that, you know what I mean? When you start talking about exploding milk porn. Also, the unfuckable Eminem story was this year. Unfuckable Eminem was this year. They're coming for Dr. Seuss was this year. There was a lot this year that was like fucking crazy, dude. Holly tells young men to turn off the porn and go ask a real woman out on a date. Turning Point USA, Toilet Paper USA had another conference. Had a no sex haver conference in Arizona. My faves were all there. Charlie Kirk, my king, my woke prince, threw yet another banger of an event. Isn't Josh Hawley the fake straight guy? I mean, I would never say that. I would never say that he's secretly a gay man. I would just simply direct you to watch a photo of him investigate the footage of him kissing his wife on the lips, and then you can make your own assumptions off of that. But I personally would never say that Josh Hawley is secretly a gay man. I would never show you photos of him, purchasing wine at Whole Foods at 3 p.m. looking sexy as a motherfucker. I mean, his pectorals, dude. His pectorals alone. Too much pec definition for a straight man living in Missouri. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, let's watch what he had to say about young men. What is to be done about young men?
You can give yourself to and pour yourself out to young men. Let me make a suggestion to you. Why don't you turn off the computer and log off the porn and go ask a real woman on a date? How about that? Just a thought. Ask her out. Young men, why don't you be the ones who do the asking? How about that? Don't wait for her. You go ask. Show her a little respect. And then you take her out and you treat her right. How about that? Don't make her cater to your whims. Treat her right. Treat her right. Treat her like what she is, a woman.
Clap, stop, noticeably.
A person of incredible significance created in the image of God. And you know what? You treat her right, and then one day you do her the honor and show her the respect of asking her to marry you. And then you go get married. And you have children.
They were like, nope, not into that. Is there more? I feel like there has to be more from Turning Point USA. Toilet Paper USA usually has some fucking bangers, Don Jr. suggests Twitter suppressed effective communicators like him and boosted inarticulate, ridiculous people on the right to make the right look like lunatics.
I promise you, the content didn't go to hell. The content was good, a little bit rough, but it happened like that every time. Right now we see it. Now we see it in the files. Whether it's Charlie, who's done an incredible job growing this group, then we saw it was me they were trying to cancel as well as part of that. I was like, shocking. I'm so shocked that people who are effective communicators, people who are willing to engage in the insanity that we are up against, of course those are the ones they shut down. You know who the people who can't articulate a point, who look ridiculous, those are the people on the right, because we all have our lunatics. They'll boost that to make it seem like that's the fight between the one rational leftist and the lunatic rightist. But
wow. He's doing the classic conservative thing that I used to talk about all the time back when I used to debate viewers, which is like, oh man, well, the guys that you're talking to are crazy, but like me, I have good takes. It's like, no, motherfucker, you're just as crazy, idiot. You're just embarrassed that someone actually addressed your fucking points, and now you look like a fool, like your side looks like a fool. Sick me at him, and I'd be different. It'd be different. It's like, no, it wouldn't. You're just as stupid. The funniest part about this is that he thinks he's an articulate user.
That right now we can identify as anything we want to identify as, but I want you to know that I identify as a proud election-denying deplorable. Are you with me? And my pronouns are... I just saw another red light go off.
Banger!
And my
dude, get ready. It's gonna be a banger, dude. You know she's about to fucking pop off with some shit none of us have ever heard of, okay? She's about to be funny as fuck, okay? Trigger warning, you're about to laugh your ass off.
Pronouns are I won.
No, she didn't say that. Mic drop. People are standing in the crowd for this. Bro, people stood up for that. Oh my God, dude. That's awesome. That's fucking awesome, dude. Now, that's comedy. Is she allowed to say that? Can she say that? That's crazy. Here's Andrew Lawrence says, Republicans are going to spend the next 2 years screaming that Dan Bongino's tweets didn't get enough retweets and that the nurses who administered COVID shots should be arrested. And Joe Biden's going to win a historic re-election landslide with an 18% approval rating. Wow, I wonder how the GOP frontrunner screaming about arresting doctors while talking in front of a giant screen of faces is going to play with the swing voters. I guess there's a chance they'll love it.
Action
Here it is.
Florida. It is against the law to mislead and to misrepresent, particularly.
Ron DeSantis is going to arrest doctors who administer the COVID vaccine.
When you're talking about the efficacy of a drug, we see just recently, Florida got $3.2 billion through legal action against those responsible for the opioid crisis. And so it's not like this is something that's unprecedented. So today, I'm announcing a petition with the Supreme Court of Florida to impanel a statewide grand jury to investigate any and all wrongdoing in Florida.
There's no way. What?
With respect to COVID-19 vaccines. And we anticipate that we will get the approval for that. That will be something that will be impaneled most likely.
Bro, this is such freak shit. What is happening? Wait, is that
in the Tampa Bay?
Is that one of those fucking lame-ass podcasters? Oh my God. Hold on. Is that like the Dark Horse podcast guy or something? What's his face? Brett Weinstein or whatever? Dude, what the fuck? Yo, what is going on there? It's kind of funny because they're on their villain arc. You know what I mean? It's just like they're on their villain arc, dude. Republicans are like openly going for the villain aesthetic, I think. Yeah, Rhonda realized like the only thing that differentiates him from Donald Trump is like he could just like go hard on the vaccine stuff. So like, because Donald Trump like made the vaccines, so he's going ham on that.
And that will come with legal processes that will be able.
There was a rise in sudden deaths, whatever that means, and therefore anti-vaxxers are claiming the vaccines are killing a massive amount of people. I'll say this much. First of all, it's infinitely more likely that the rise in sudden deaths would happen as a consequence of like long COVID, you know what I mean? Or COVID complications that we haven't even recognized rather than vaccinations. So that's number one. Number two, I think COVID is behind us in many respects in the eyes of the public. It's not behind us, obviously. Like people are still getting COVID. There's also like all these other fucking biblical plight style diseases that are running rampant in society, but most people don't want to think about COVID like no matter what. Like they don't want to think about it in any way. Even if they're like, yeah, I'm pro-vaccines, I don't give a shit. Like they don't want to hear someone be like, I'm still anti-vaccine. Like it comes across like someone who's like still trying to fucking harp on the good old days. Okay. Like people don't want to hear from people that are still like very pushing for adequate COVID restrictions and measures, which I understand why people are doing that. And people don't want to hear from people who are like, no, open up the fucking floodgates. Like COVID is fake, COVID is fake, COVID is fake. You know, the vaccines are killing people. Why do they not want to hear about it? Because like it makes them remember the dark times where they couldn't get jalapeno poppers at Applebee's. Like we're on year 3. Everyone just wants to not look back at COVID. Okay. No one wants to look back at COVID. So if you think that like COVID is a winning strategy for you, like speaking about COVID is a winning strategy for you, I don't think that's going to happen. Straight up.
To get more information and to bring legal accountability for those who committed misconduct. The second, because in Florida,
I don't think it's as
it is against the
successful.
law to mislead and to misrepresent